여러분 안녕하세요. Hey everyone and welcome back to Korean with Michelle. Today's video is day 2 of week 1. If you haven't already watched the day 1 video, I'll put a link below and you can make sure to watch that first. And as always, make sure that you have downloaded your free worksheets at koreanwithmichelle.com. And with that, we'll get started. Alright, so in this video, we're going to be going over the first 5 consonants in Korean. They are down here for you. And just to give you a little bit of a heads up, I will read them out loud with the vowel. So they would sound like ka, na, ta, la, ma. Ka, na, ta, la, ma. Might not make a lot of sense right now, but we'll go through them one at a time. Before we get started, full disclosure, all Korean consonants have their own names, but to reduce confusion, I've decided not to use them in this video. Instead, I'll be referring to them by the sounds that they make. So the first consonant we're going to be looking at is the G/K sound. So I'll just be referring to it as the G/K consonant. You write it by just doing this in one stroke. So I'll get you to pause the video and to try writing them a couple times in your worksheet. To help you remember, this is a little memory trick that you can use. Since it's a G sound, think of writing the English alphabet G, and this is the part that makes the G/K sound in Korean. I say G/K because it's not a solid G sound, but it's also not a solid K sound. It's more of an in-between sound, and you get there by making it a more of an airy G sound. So to give you an example, the English word gummy said with a Korean G/K would sound like call me, call me. Or the word girl would sound like 걸 in Korean. So try to keep that in the back of your mind as you're working through the next exercise. You will notice that it does vary a little bit depending on where it is in the word, but don't worry too much about that. I think that will come with time and practice. So on the right hand side, there are 3 Korean words. I would like you to pause the video, write the words down, and try saying it out loud, and then return to the video to see if you've gotten it right. Alright, so I hope you had some practice. The first word is furniture, and it's pronounced as 가구, 가구, 가구. The second word is meat, and it's pronounced 고기, 고기, 고기. And the last word is baby, it's pronounced 아기, 아기, 아기. The next consonant we'll be looking at is the N sound. You do this in one stroke, like this. And to help you remember, I've drawn a person here for you, and just think of their nose. N for nose. I'll get you to pause the video, try writing the consonant a couple times until you're feeling comfortable, and then you're going to look at the right-hand side of the slide at the 3 Korean words. I'll get you to also write these down and try to say it out loud. Then you can return to the video to see if you've gotten it right. Alright, I hope you had some practice. The first word is older sister, and it's pronounced 누나, 누나, 누나. If you're trying to memorize the word, note that it's only meant for males. If you are a girl, there's another word for older sister, and it's 언니. The second word is who, and it's pronounced 누구, 누구, 누구. And the last word is age, it's pronounced 나이, 나이, 나이. The next consonant we'll be looking at is the D/T sound. You write this consonant by going 1, then 2. 1, 2. To help you remember, think of it as a lowercase d sound, and it's this part right here that looks like the Korean D/T. Similar to the first consonant we looked at, I say D/T because it's not a solid D and it's not a solid T. So you have to do this again by making it into quotation marks, an airy D sound. To give you an example, the word dummy with a Korean D/T would sound like Tommy, Tommy. So keep this in the back of your mind as you're looking at the right-hand side exercise. I will get you to write down the Korean words that you see and then figure out what it should sound like. Once you've done that, you can come back to the video to see if you've got it right. All right, good work on figuring out what they should sound like. Let's go through it together now. The first word is where, and it's pronounced as 어디, 어디, 어디. The second word is to approach, and it's pronounced as 다가가다, 다가가다, 다가가다. And the last word is soybean milk, and it's pronounced as to you, to you, to you. The next consonant is the L/R sound. It's a little bit confusing, but that's okay. We'll get through this. First, let's figure out how it's written, and you can pay attention to the stroke order and the direction. It is written as 1, 2, 3. Once again, it's 1, 2, 3. Think about it as a road. And I've drawn out this road for you here because it kind of looks like the Korean L/R. You can pause the video, try writing it a couple of times, and once you feel confident, you can come back to the video. And we'll talk about why I say it's an L/R sound. This sound is somewhere in between an English L and an English R. It does depend a little bit on where it is in the word, but once again, that'll come with more practice. For now, you can try to put your tongue behind your front teeth, and that should help quite a bit. The English word road pronounced with the Korean L/R would sound like 로드, 로드. So keeping this in the back of your mind, let's look at the right-hand side of the slide, and I'll get you to write down the 3 words that you see and to try to say it out loud. Once you've figured out what they should sound like, you can come back to the video and see if you've gotten them right. The first word is radio, and it's pronounced as 라디오, 라디오, 라디오. The second word is raccoon, and it's pronounced as 너구리, 너구리, 너구리. And the last word is duck, and it's pronounced as 오리, 오리, 오리. And we finished today's lesson off with the M consonant, M for Michelle, so it's probably my favorite. And it's written like this: 1, 2, 3. Pay attention to the direction. 1, 2, 3. To help you remember, think of a marshmallow, and it looks just like that. M for marshmallow. Pause the video, try writing the consonants a couple times. Once you feel comfortable, look at the right-hand side, write down the 3 words that you see, figure out what it should sound like, and then you can return to the video to see how you did. The first word is head, and it's pronounced 머리, 머리, 머리. The next word is mother. It's pronounced as 어머니, 어머니, 어머니. The last word is cutting board, and it's pronounced as 도마, 도마, 도마. Let's put it all together with a dictation practice now. I have 11 words that I'm going to read out loud, and your job will be to write down what you hear on a piece of paper. I recommend that you pause the video after each word, and you can listen to it as many times as you need to at this point. Let's get started. Number 1, 여우, 여우. Number 2, 아기, 아기. Number 3, 나라, 나라. Number 4, 어디, 어디. Number 5, 어머니, 어머니. Number 6, 라디오, 라디오. Number 7, 다가가다, 다가가다. Number 8, 우리, 우리. Number 9, 도로, 도로. Number 10, 누나, 누나. Number 11, 요리, 요리. Great work, everyone. Here are the answers to the dictation practice that we just did. You can compare it to the words that you have written down to see how well you did. If you got them all right, give yourself a big, big pat on the back. And if you didn't, still give yourself a big pat on the back because this stuff isn't easy. If you didn't get them all right, you can go back to the video and review where you might have gone wrong. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. You can also follow me on Instagram at Korean with Michelle, where I will attempt to answer any questions that I see in the comment section. If you found this video helpful, please like the video and you can subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in the next video for day 3 of week 1. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. 감사합니다, 여러분. 다음 비디오에서 만나요.